Having a Victory Development Foundation visited Yelewata in Benue State. I know you remember Yelewata. Yelewata is the local government in Benue State where 200 persons were alleged killed, burnt alive while sleeping. 200 Nigerians, 200 civilians, 200 non-combatants. So yesterday, Having a Victory Development Foundation paid a visit to this community to hear their story, to assess humanitarian damage that have been done to these people. When we arrived here in Yelewata, we are greeted by the elders, family heads, the youth, and the women leader. We listened to their stories. They told us what happened. They spoke to us in their native language. We heard their voice, we understood them, and more importantly, we heard their pains. We visited the site of their attack, my brothers. It was so horrible. One of the sites we visited, inside this particular place, 25 innocent Nigerians were murdered in line, their property destroyed, their foodstuffs were all destroyed. As you can see rice pallets, yams, people roasted together with their means of livelihood. It's pathetic. But despite this, a lot of stories have been told about Yelewata. But I assure you, if you have never been there, try and go there. Because there are some unwritten stories which people have refused to talk about these people. And many people have talked about the cause of this conflict. But one thing is assured, the stories do not add up. A reverend father representing the Catholic Diocese of Benue State called it as extension of jihad. The federal government, through Bayo Ananuga, the spokesman of President Tinubu, said that there is a need to reconcile between communities. The military said that there are three causes of the conflict: movement of cattle, struggle over resources, and land. But today we are in Benue. We have heard from the community. The communities are saying different things. As you can see, this is a youth of Yelewata narrating the cause of this conflict.
Issue of farmer seller price.
No.
So it's not a drag of.
Look at land. If it is about farmer that they should be grazing all over those places that those are around.
Then what of religion crisis?
No.
Because there is a reverend father that spoke on, say, the mission that attributed it to a religious clash, a jihad.
No, you may say that we are huge, but it's a long historical
Something.
Do you understand?
Far from what you know about this conflict, the conflict did not start this year. It dated far back of 2010. And this conflict has been shifting as people are running away from the conflict scene. The conflict is encroaching them and pushing them backwards. I'm telling you, despite the fact that our politicians, able Nigerians, has visited, but there is something very remarkable and something flits my heart, especially the heart of the members of Having a Victory Development Foundation. And what is it? People have brought food. The stories of Yelewata people has been used for political campaign. But above this political campaign, above giving them food, means of livelihood or means of survival, there is a gap somewhere. A gap which nobody is looking at. And that is their mental health, the trauma, the post-traumatic disorder. And this goes a long way to continue to build a cycle of revenge. Little children who witness their mother, friends, dear friends, relations, in-laws murdered in a cold blood. This cycle of revenge must be broken, not by guns, not by food, but by psychological counseling, mental health awareness, behavioral engineering. We must reimage these people. because what affects the mind might affect the body permanently. So, having a victory development foundation is calling on the world to look beyond food donation, to equally know that the greater stake is healing the mind. Because once the mind is not healed, every other thing is affected. And most importantly, for the body to heal, for people to move out and continue their means of livelihood, we must make sure that these people are mentally healthy. Their children are no more in school. In fact, the school in Yelewata has been converted to an IDP camp. Informal IDP camps, because the citizens are actually camping because of one reason. They fear their safety, and because the military are equally staying in front of that school, they have to remain there in order to be safe. Joy Hovey campaign for mental health awareness for the victims of Yelewata massacre and the victim of similar conflicts all over Nigeria.